On the afternoon of April 26, 2025, a deafening roar tore through the bustling Shahid Rajaee port in Bandar Abbas, Iran. A massive explosion, visible for miles, sent a towering mushroom cloud into the sky, leaving behind a scene of utter devastation. The blast, felt as far away as the Strait of Hormuz, shook the ground with the force of an earthquake. Windows shattered in buildings miles away, and a thick plume of black smoke billowed into the sky, casting an eerie shadow over the Persian Gulf. The explosion, originating from a facility owned by the powerful Bonyad Mostazafan, claimed the lives of at least 70 people, most of whom were port workers and nearby residents. Over 1,000 individuals suffered injuries, overwhelming local hospitals already strained by years of sanctions and economic hardship. The blast obliterated almost two-thirds of the port, approximately 1,500 hectares, crippling a vital economic artery for Iran. The scale of the destruction was staggering. Shipping containers lay mangled and twisted like discarded toys. Warehouses were reduced to rubble. Ships, once symbols of commerce and connection to the outside world, were left listing precariously in the harbor, some on fire, others partially submerged. The air was thick with the acrid smell of smoke and chemicals, a grim testament to the tragedy that had unfolded. At the heart of the disaster lay a facility owned by Bonyad Mostazafan, a sprawling charitable foundation whose vast holdings have long been shrouded in secrecy. Controlled by Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, Bonyad Mostazafan's tentacles reach deep into Iran's economy, encompassing everything from construction and finance to shipping and mining. The foundation's opaque operations and lack of accountability have drawn criticism for years. Critics, both inside and outside Iran, accuse Bonyad Mostazafan of serving as a slush fund for the Iranian government and its military ambitions. The United States has sanctioned the foundation for its alleged role in supporting Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps and its ballistic missile program. The Shahid Rajaee port explosion brought renewed scrutiny to Bonyad Mostazafan and its shadowy dealings. The foundation's presence at the port, coupled with the suspected involvement of dangerous chemicals used in missile fuel, raised troubling questions about the true nature of its operations. Was the foundation involved in activities that directly contravened international sanctions? Was it prioritizing its own financial gain and political agendas over the safety and well-being of ordinary Iranians? In the aftermath of the explosion, Iranian officials were quick to offer an explanation: negligence. The blast, they claimed, was the result of improperly labeled hazardous materials and a failure to follow safety protocols. The government pointed to false statements in shipping documents and vowed to hold those responsible accountable. The official narrative, however, did little to quell suspicions. Eyewitnesses reported seeing a reddish cloud, characteristic of nitrogen dioxide released in explosions involving ammonium perchlorate, a powerful oxidizer used in solid rocket fuel, moments before the blast. Furthermore, reports emerged that the port had received a shipment of sodium perchlorate, another chemical used in missile propellant, from China just weeks before the explosion. The Iranian government vehemently denied any link between the explosion and its missile program. The defense ministry insisted that no military materials were stored at the port. Yet, the government's denials, in the face of mounting evidence and a long history of secrecy, rang hollow for many. The Shahid Rajaee port explosion exposed more than just the dangers of poorly stored chemicals. It laid bare the deep-seated problems of corruption, lack of accountability, and disregard for safety that have come to characterize many sectors of Iranian society under years of sanctions and economic mismanagement. The tragedy raised profound concerns about the true nature of Bonyad Mostazafan's activities and the extent of its influence within the Iranian government. The foundation's lack of transparency, and its apparent willingness to prioritize profit and political expediency over safety, represent a clear threat to the well-being of ordinary Iranians. The Shahid Rajaee port explosion served as a stark reminder that the Iranian government's pursuit of its regional ambitions, often carried out in the shadows and with little regard for international norms, comes at a heavy price. It is a price paid not by those in power, but by innocent civilians who bear the brunt of their government's recklessness.